Hello everyone and welcome back for another episode of Frosthaven. We are up to week 14, which is 4 weeks into winter, and we're one tiny bit of prosperity away from getting the town up to level 3. I don't know what level 3 is. I don't know if we can. I don't think we can find out ahead of time, but we're like this close to managing it. Now, today is patch day. One thing I wanted to stress as we go through this series, we are in early access. We're currently on 0.10.6, I believe, as of this morning. Minor changes compared with the previous version. But we should expect that there will be various plot points that may not be finished. We should expect that there are going to be bugs. We should expect that there's going to be display issues. We should expect there's going to be features that are not finished. This is by no means a final representation of what the project is going to be in its, in its Magnus Opum, for want of a better way of putting it. That being said, we're going to have a lot of fun on the journey as we go. So, last time, Birdmen, holy hell, Birdmen, Shrikes, nasty critters. We've done our level ups, we've done the recruiting of soldiers, but we still have various bits of equipment that we can pick up. So let's grab some metal over here. We'll grab some leathers over there, and we'll grab some wood over here. A quick look around town, no new buildings that we can make, no available upgrades, and we had a look in on the craftsman at the end of the last episode to see that brand spanking new bone boots. While interesting, I don't think it's really applicable for any one of our characters at the moment. What we didn't do though was we didn't go through the merchant. Nothing new there, so we'll leave them be. And the alchemist, and we don't have any rock root yet, so we can't figure out these last two potions. That being said, we do at least have the counterparts, so if we get 2 rock root, we'll be golden for at least finishing our research into the various potions. Out to the world map. We have a few options. We've got the Realm of Endless Frost, which looks like it's actually going way off the end of the map to the north. This needs a sled. We do have a sled. Going up against Frost Demons, Living Spirits, Living Bones, lots of undead. I mean, this is very Game of Thrones. We have a pylon problem, which is carrying on from the expansion that we did with the explosives. Going up against Snow Imps, Algox. Sure. It's an option, and there is 1 rock root there. Alternatively, we can go after Raven's Roost, which has frozen corpses, which we've not seen before. Harrower Infestors, and the elite versions of them. This will lead us to Sacred Soil, which will lead us to retiring the Banner Spear. So I think Raven's Roost is really where we need to be spending our attention. What the hell is a frozen corpse? I mean, obviously, it looks like an ugly critter. But I don't know. We've got a treasure chest, we've got a random item, and plenty of other stuff to find. Let's head on in. And we have a winter encounter.
The sky has turned a perfect uniform grey as the snowfall of a blizzard blots out any vision more than an arm's length ahead. The flurries hide his presence until you're right on top of him, but seated in deep meditation is an orchid. While they have a frail humanoid appearance, they gain the majority of their sustenance from direct contact with the ground as a plant would, growing beautiful crystalline structures across their skin if they remain sedentary. Judging by the length and prominence of the crystals on this orchid's head and arms, he's been seated here meditating for a very long time. perhaps years. Although he shows no signs of noticing, the snow has begun to accumulate on him. Unfortunately, the weather has left you turned around, and without a bit of help, you're as likely to be heading away from your destination as toward it.
Interesting. Now, the orchid may be in deep meditation, but at the same time, they would have an awareness of what was going on around them. So, I think waking the orchid to ask directions is not necessarily going to be a bad thing.
You brush the snow off the orchid, then tap gently on his crystalline head. That leads to more insistent knocking, and finally a light shake. When he finally jolts awake, he's startled and furious.
Unfortunate.
You do your best to apologize, and he points you in the right direction.
Well, at the very least, we know where we're going. And that's what we were trying to do. Okay, battle goal picking. We're not going to do any loot abilities. First to kill a monster seems unlikely for our banner sphere. Never kill an elite. Equally unlikely, but we'll go with that as the most likely out of those three. Never kill an enemy is just not going to happen on Inertian. We need the killing. Let's go with Dawdler. Maybe it'll happen just as random chance. And for Seraph, not going to do Daredevil. Optimist could happen. Sadist could also happen, but it's less likely. Let's go with Optimist. Although, what negative conditions can we remove? We can remove a load of stuff with heals, but we don't really heal with Seraph. Maybe we'll go with Sadist and just see where the dice land.
The fiendish birds that assailed you on the Bone Bridge retreated to a forest after your fight. You're curious about what other strange creatures might be inhabiting the place, and if you get to crush some of the birds that escaped your wrath, all the better. You run over the blowing tundra, sprinting over mounds of hardened dirt and frozen shrub. You follow the bird's path and head into the woods. The radiant forest, a place suffused with divergent energy. You feel it as soon as you enter, a peculiar thinness to the air. Even the ground is odd, uneven, so it feels like you're walking atop a wide, wobbling table. By its name, you had assumed these woods were simply trees that somehow gained a footing in this barren place. But now that you're here, you can see that they are born of the same madness as everything else. Beyond the wind and the trees, strange lights flicker here as well, dancing in and out of the shadows. At first, you take them for torch flies, except the tiny orbs follow you, curious almost, their multicolored glows peppering the trees with iridescent hues. And yet, the strangest thing by far is the air. It's warm. The trees, though situated only a short hike away from the frozen coast, are completely free of snow, and the deeper you hike, the warmer it gets, the air becoming muggy and sulphurous, as if you've just been transported to some hunting ground far across the mountains to the south.
Worrying.
It's distracting, so much so that you almost don't notice the voice calling to you.
Oh dear.
Oh, great warriors, come to find us there. Sneaking through our trees.
That's us.
Brave, so brave they are.
The voice echoes off the woods, barely louder than the breeze itself.
That's us. Sneakers sneaking through the trees.
Oh, yes. Keep on, sweet things. Sweet breathing's gone to sea.
Each frozen corpse is marked at the start of each round. The markers are removed when the monster suffers damage. At the end of the round, marked frozen corpses transform into Shrike Fiends. So if we do damage to them, they don't transform into Shrike Fiends. Precision aim, and it's the end of the round, so we don't need an urgency. Not precision aim. Draining arrows. We just need to keep peppering them. And I think probably relentless. No, we need to get closer. We need to be like here. So moving in 3. Deadly shot would do that. That keeps them busy, at least. We're suffering a wound, which I don't think was from this, but at the same time we need to get it taken care of. Let's assume we're going to spend a round sorting stuff out. So we'll say make it count. That gets a little bit of healing on everyone, gets rid of the wounds. And then something for the bottom. Maybe blurry jab. Blurry jab looks like the only worthwhile option, but doing it after everyone else. We'll go for unbreakable wall. That's going to give us a bit of shielding. And it's going to move us after this teeny bit of healing. And maybe air support. Let's do it the other way around. Let's do it the other way around. Deadly shot, draining arrow. Okay, I feel like this is a bit weird. Like we're purposely slowing down. There's nothing off to that side. Nothing. We've got 2 rooms that we need to deal with. This room should be relatively straightforward. They're going to move a bit closer. They're going to go slow-ish. They're going to move 2. So if we step into the point where we can hit, we're going to be able to be hit, which is not necessarily great. If we go to here, we can hit these 2 and potentially be hit by those 2. Hang on. Wrong. Let's do this again. We go to here. We can be hit by these 2. But we'll be able to hit them as well. Get a muddle on them. And these 2 will turn. No, we have to. We have to try and stop them. So it's going to be all 3 in the middle. Muscle potion. Let's do maximum damage. If we're going to do this, let's do it properly. Power potion. It says arrows confirm ability, but there's no specific ability to confirm, so I'm not sure what it's trying to get me to do. If it's for the you know what it is? We probably rolled a +1 on one of our existing counters, and we don't have any existing counters. That'll be what it is. 1 damage is fine. Oh yes, come on in. We have a choice now. We can airsport this last one, which will stop it transforming. So for right now, make it count on all these 3. It'll get rid of the wound. It'll heal us up the tiny bit that we've suffered. And we can move around here and do a little bit of damage. Banner Spear. Airsport, we need to move in for this. So it means we're not getting the shielding, but we are at least making sure that things are safe. And a disarm for the future. It's an interesting run, I will say that. We need to put a lot of damage out very quickly. So, going very quickly, let's say Twin Strike, stab, step, stab, and then... Oh, we could put wounds out. It's an idea. We've also got Flashing Fury that can be done. And I do like using Flashing Fury. Let's say Precision Timing and Flashing Fury. Flashing Fury, range 3, 1, 2, 3. We can shoot both of these and stab one of them with Precision Timing. That's 3 problems taken care of right away. Prudent Preparation gives us retaliation, moves us very quickly. Relentless gives us retaliation as a follow-up. Hold the Line will give us shield, but we want to go slightly after this. Yeah. I'd love to have a useful ability on the bottom, but we might just have to say, let them come and hold the line, and we just tank it out. And we are going faster than them, which is what we wanted. Prudent Preparation. Started off solid. Relentless. Gives us a good amount of retaliation. Don't think it's worth us using the Protective Scepter. Shame about wasting the second part of the Muscle Potion, but you have to pick what you're gonna do. Hit these 2. Good hit from that Bless. You know what? Step between them. Skip the movement. Stab this guy. Stick a poison on him. And then after that, come around this way a little. Makes a little difference at this point. We could use our frenzy, but I don't think it's needed. If we were to do let them come, we could stab this way, but it's not necessary. Hold the line. and come grab the loot. So everyone should attack our lovely drifter. And everyone should feel the pain of it. I'm pretty certain we hit you, but it matters not. We can still deal with you. Maybe we didn't. Maybe that was an oversight. Either way, we can get it sorted. Resolved Courage will give an additional +1. And there's not much else we're going to be able to do other than... If we were standing there, it would work. And then we could meat grinder this. Although meat grinder's not going to do a huge amount. I mean, it's going to be a good amount of damage, but it's not going to really do a lot. Let's start with the Blink Blade. Hitting this thing and giving it a significant bunch of strikes is our biggest priority. Twin Strike and Kinetic Transfer can work. We can like dance around to here and then stab this a few times. Moving quick before it has a chance to makes a lot of sense. Shockwave and Breakthrough. Resolved Courage lets us go beforehand, which is going to give you a +1 on the Shockwave. And the rest is kind of moot. Because we're not going to have anything else that will really hit. So let's go with Rallying Cry just to waste some resources. So Banisphere. Give that +1. Rallying Cry can't be done, so skip it. Drifter. Big hit. That is a big hit. And we can step back one and at least loot. Blink Blade. Damage to each of these. I really want to kill this before it has a chance to act. What are you going to do? You're going to move Norton to... Yeah, go after the burb. That's unfortunate. Come on, give me a +1. Yes! We can kill this, but we don't need to. We can kill him next turn as we loot the area. Oh, that's unfortunate. Jeez, that's a big hit. We'll do a regroup and we'll do a meat grinder to get the healing out that we need. Let's go slowly. We'll go Sand in the Hourglass and hit and run. And over here, I think we'll gear for whatever the next room is going to be. So Crushing Weight makes a lot of sense to put on. Maybe Chunk of Flesh, actually. Although... Precision Aim. And Chunk of Flesh. Let's just gear up. So it's going to move and it's going to make someone brittle. Which isn't removed at the end of the round, but it's removed when someone gets healed. Luckily, we're going to be doing the healing. Frozen corpses are pretty nasty, especially in collaboration with other things. Luckily, we are explicitly healing and getting rid of this. You're going to be regenning, so you know what? Let's just stab him. Drifter, gear up. All the battle horns. And Blink Blade will actually just get you to... You're stuck. Of course you're stuck. Well, heal yourself up then. Set for the charge at all costs. I feel like we step onto that. There's no point in stepping on it just to clear the path. Let's say we're going to put on Crushing Weight, which feels like a lot. And then sustain momentum to move up to here. And then next turn we'll step in and we'll shoot someone. And we'll go slowly with the Blink Blade as well. Step back, grab this. May as well set for the charge, nothing to actually set for. It's another lumber on the pile. So we're explicitly not opening the door this turn. Crushing Weight. Go for the big smacks. Short rest. We're pushing in. Short rest. Ooh. Regroup is a hard one to lose. We'll let it go. We'll let precision timing go. It's tricky. It's tricky. Okay, let's assume Twin Strike. We're going to go a little bit slower and blurry jab so we can see where we're going. Maybe we'll poison someone. Set for the charge, move in 4 and air support, but the other way round. Open this up.
Before long, you emerge into a clearing. Here only one giant tree stands, but it is an old, barren thing, picked free of leaves and covered instead in flapping black wings. It's a nest, a writhing, fidgeting nest, and the birds call to you with a single voice.
That's not a single voice.
You watch as shapes drop from the nest like overripe fruit. Humanoid bodies swarmed with wings and razor beaks. More of the fiendish humanoids from the fjords. They rise from the ground, grey bipedal creatures with clawed hands and grotesque feet, and fill the air with their screams. Well, you found your bird friends. Now to cleanse this place of the foul things.
Okay, so it looks like another strike is going to appear, and the Raven's Nest needs to be destroyed. It looks like it's got some kind of retaliate on it. You know what? YOLO. What are these guys doing? Move 2 and attack in a line. Move 1 and attack in a line. Move 2 and attack in a line. Yeah, I'm gonna push him back. He'll still be able to make it in, but let's get set for the charge back. Drifter. We use the boots. We can attack at range 4, so if we come to here, we can attack this one. Can even attack the other one, but attacking the elite makes a lot more sense. Unlucky. May as well heal yourself. And you're going to move 2 and attack this way. You're going to attack this way. Yeah, put the protective scepter on. And the blink blade is going to be able to make it right up next to this one. Just not easily. Actually, we can get right next to this one over here. What's his retaliate? It's 2. That's a bit of a pain. But it's not beyond the realm of possibility for us to just deal with. Okay, starting off, let's get a wound on him. Probably should have done that at the very end of the round. Double back on yourself for the XP. Do it again. Yeah, that's why I should have waited until the end of the round. Not worth us hitting a frenzy potion on him at this point. Oh, you're going that way. Alright. Well, let's get the defense. Gonna need a little bit of healing, probably from the banner spear. Let's go with set for the charge and at all costs. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then heal both of these up. Short rest, it has to be. And over this side, I think we need to go fast and try and take this out. So power leak will be a big solid hit. And then we could use sand in the hourglass. potentially, assuming we roll a +1 on this, which we're likely to, he will die on his turn and we can just use Sand in the Hourglass to heal up. Don't like losing Vile Assault, but we'll take it. Let's stand in the middle with Shockwave and do Draining Arrows on all 3 of them. Necessary for what we're doing. Drifter. Draw their ire. That makes it a lot easier for us to do what we were planning with the Blink Blade. We get to save that +2 for the future. You know what? Let's loot rather than healing at this point. We're still fine. What are you putting on? Impair. We don't care about Impair at this point. I think I have to use Chunk of Flesh, which is unfortunate. Let's start killing the tree. Regardless of what we would like to do, if we move up a decent amount with Meat Grinder, we can get some regen on ourselves. In a future turn, we can summon someone behind us and get that all working, but for now, let's use Unbreakable Wall. Against these, Breakthrough seems over the top. I want something that's going to give us back uses of our abilities. So Sustained Momentum. And Breakthrough, actually. If we step to here... Actually, no. We would have to step to... We'd have to step to there. We can't do that without... Well, we can kill you and then we can step through. Yeah. Breakthrough, Sustain Momentum. That works. We're going slow with our Blink Blade. This will still be alive. Kinetic Transfer allows us to shoot him at range 2. And Cascading Reaction will allow us to maneuver to the point where we can shoot something. It's good enough. Harrowers are doing poisoning stuff. Don't like that. That solves one problem. Okay, Drifter. Seeing as we're going to move up like this anyway, let's do that. And we will get back a use of Relentless because it is working very well for us. And then we're going to sustain momentum. Maybe we'll kill this chap. No, not quite. Let's have another use of Relentless. And we'll put up a use of Chunk of Flesh. Okay, Blink Blade. I really want to loot that. And at the same time, I know it's just not going to be possible the way I want it to be. We only need to get a +1. So what we're going to do is we're going to step in here, and this is going to be bad, but we're going to hit him big. This gives us another kill on the Sadist quest as well. So it gets us that little bit closer. 1, 2, 3. Let's start attacking the tree. What's the Shrike going to do? Oh, he's just going to attack and push. That's fine. It's got a little bit of retaliate. But that's fine. That is a painful hit. That is a painful trap. I am not happy about that. Okay, we're going to go Resolved Courage and Rallying Cry. Put the thing behind us and start beating this down. Consume Stamina is going to give us a little bit of healing. At range 4. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So Prudent Preparation, Consume Stamina. That gets rid of the poison, gets us healing up. We can use Flashing Flurry. You know what? Let's go fast. Let's go fast. We'll go Make It Count and Flashing Flurry. So we're going to step into here, stab this one, and then we're going to shoot these two. It's going to be glorious. And then going to do nasty stuff, which obviously we're going to hope doesn't kill us. I was wondering if I might get to hit it twice, but it looks like I only get to hit it once. Tiny retaliation, but it's still annoying. Drifter. First things first. Oh, we can hit the tree from here. No. Hit the burbs. It's a smarter choice. It's actually better to heal yourself for 2 first, because you're going to get more healing potentially from this. Blink Blade. In you go. Have a stab. Get a wound on him. Of course they're immune to wounds, aren't they? Right, Flashing Flurry. Let's use the cold. Wait, is that retaliated any range? It's a big hit though, so I don't care about that. It's unfortunate, but I'll take it for what we had. Frenzy potion on this guy, why not? That's a little painful. Let's lose hit and run rather than taking 5 damage. And we will recover. What do I not mind if it gets burned? Sand in the hourglass. Just in case. I'll take 3 damage. 3 damage is fine. Hold the line, let them come. We're going to stab and then move for the chest. Short rest on the drifter. We need to get in on this fight. Short rest on the blink blade. Don't like to lose it, but at the same time it's fine. Power leak's fine to lose. We have to go slow. So if we're going to go slow, blurry jab means we can at least kill one. And flashing flurry will get some hits off or something. And if we move in just a little bit, we can do draining arrows as well. Shockwave draining arrows, let's go like that. Oh, they're doing a whole bunch of pull effects. Big hit. And one on the thing next to him. And we're gonna step, grab the chest. You know what? Drink the potion. We so rarely drink our healing potion. A Furious Factory? You hold the curiously fragile bit of machinery in your hand, and it suddenly comes to life, projecting some sort of illusory 3-dimensional map in the empty space above it. You try to touch this projection with your other hand, but it just passes right through the light, blanking out anything above it. Very strange indeed. The map itself appears to be some sort of ancient building that constructs machines. You wonder whether it's still operational, and whether it may be beneficial to visit. After a considerable amount of tinkering, you discover a way to make the map zoom out. There it is, a blinking dot on a very recognizable landscape. Shouldn't be too hard to find. Oh, we are going to get up in here right now. If we go to here, just here, we'll get to loot and we'll still get to hit these with draining arrows. We should have enough precision aim to be able to target far away and close. While doing some looting. A little bit of retaliation from the tree, but what are you going to do? It's a tree. Dangerous gear. I am I am full of curiosity. Chunk of flesh will reduce that. And put a little bit of retaliation on. Hey, don't be attacking my banner. Not cool. Not cool at all. Well, I can step around to here, which is great. And I'll do a damage to the tree. And then we're going to use Flashing Flurry to hit both of these. I'll use Banner of Strength to add one. There. And we'll see how that lies. I'm okay with that split. Short rest. We need aerial support. And we've got to get right up in here. So prudent preparation and breakthrough. We need to step forwards, do some looting, and do some stabbing. I think we're going to have to go fast. Now's a good time for a cascading reaction. And it's also a good time to make it count. Sure, we can lose Meat Grinder. So set for the charge, air support. Let's try and maximize this as much as we can. Air support is in range. And I want to be the biggest draw for anything that's going to be attacking. So let's come down here. It's really unfortunate he's gone and stood right on the loot that I wanted to grab. Okay, Drifter. Seeing as you're not going to be looting, what's Dangerous Gear do? During your turn, create a 3 damage trap in an adjacent hex. It's interesting. We're going to use Breakthrough on this guy, but I don't think it's really going to be enough to kill him. Maybe it will, if we get lucky. Hey, we got lucky. Which means we can go Cascading Reaction. Stab you. So you're done. There's nothing to loot there, but we do have another hit to go here, and we've got stuff to loot here. We're not going to kill this guy, no matter how much we do. So let's just move to the safe space, skip the attack, back and forth, skip the attack, and we'll just take the loot. Raven Nest has been destroyed. And that's all it took. We have a level up for Seraph, the Executioner. We managed to get Plebeian. Didn't manage to get Dawdler. Didn't manage to get Sadist. It was close on Sadist. We got up to 4 kills. Just not quite there.
The creatures are done. Their humanoid hosts lie slain. Their tree has been felled, and finally, the forest is quiet. You take some time to check the area for any explanation as to what these creatures were, or why they inhabited this place. But like so many other things in this part of the world, its mysteries remain unspoiled. One thing is certain, however. This clearing is the warmest part of the forest you've encountered so far. It is practically balmy, and you can feel even more heat radiating from the west. Looking to the edge of the clearing, you see a great swarm of glowing orbs have gathered there. They seem to be waiting, wondering perhaps whether it's safe to venture inward toward the heat. But that is a mystery for the scientists and researchers.
Not us!
Your business is the blade, and your business here is done. Satisfied with your handiwork, you turn and begin the long hike back to Frosthaven, wondering how exactly you'll make a report of this to Sather.
Carefully, I think, is the answer. New campaign achievement unlocked into the forest. I saw that pop up on Steam very quickly. This needs to be tidied up ever so slightly. Early access, of course, I mentioned this at the start of the episode. But this is not the kind of thing that the customer needs to see. This is an internal reference.
You're enjoying a stiff drink when a fly drops into the liquid with a light plunk. You fish out the suicidal bug and are about to flick it to the floor when it musters the nerve to sting you, resulting in a reflexive slap. The injection point leaves a spider web of black ink tracing down your veins. The bug itself is no bug at all. It's a minuscule clockwork machine with a long brass stinger hanging off the end. You turn to share your discovery and are horrified to see tiny brass dots pinging against the window. It's an attack. Outside the glass, you can see a glittering cloud of metal against the snowfall, descending on Frosthaven. Whatever it injected you with has left your arm as dead weight, unable to draw your weapon.
Oh, crap. Frosthaven over individuals. Charge outside to warn the town.
You burst out the door, hollering and screaming. It gives the town guard a split moment's notice to ring the alarm bell, saving countless citizens who rush inside.
So fewer buildings will be targeted in the outpost attack, but all heroes will suffer 1 damage at the start of the next quest. That's fine. I don't mind that. Okay, the hunting lodge is under attack. Let's give a soldier to it. Success. Would have been just able to do it. This is fewer buildings. Wow, and it's still 4. Logging camp. Success. Barracks. Also success. And the craftsman. Also success. We didn't need to put anyone in.
With the last of the insects crushed, you start the arduous process of cleaning up the streets. Looks like there's plenty of scrap metal, although it's dangerous to dispose of. You still feel pretty ill, actually.
Every hero gains 1 metal, but will all suffer poison at the start of the next quest as well. Love to hear it. Alright, well, before we forget, let's put that metal to good use, and we'll get at least another soldier training. Curses. At least we have a level up. Seraph has made it to level 6. There's an ability called Stab Them All. Stab, move, stab, move, stab. Or just stab, stab, stab. I really like this. And it's a fast ability. And the bottom ability is whenever an enemy ends its teleport or move next to you, Stab it. I think we're going to have to take Stab Them All. It's just such a lovely card. And I feel like we need to put that in right now. What are we going to take out? Cascading Reaction. As this is a great card. It is one that you save until you need it. However, Stab Them All. Stab Them All. I need say nothing more. It's just amazing. We have a perk to put in. So we'll a bit of Revitalize maybe. Refrain is an interesting one. Getting rid of more +0s and replacing them with +1s of any kind is good. So yeah, let's go for the +1s. And with that, we're going to finish off this episode. I'm afraid we're out of time for today. Thank you very much for coming along, everyone. I do hope you have enjoyed this. As always, if you have, be sure to give a big thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and do so, and you'll be told when the next episode goes live. Otherwise, I'll see you next time for another episode of Frosthaven. See you soon.